Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I hope you're doing great. Well, we're about a week away from Easter. Today, well, a couple hours ago, depending upon whenever you see this video, was Palm Sunday. I know we are about to get to Passover, and I think Ramadan's going on now. You know, some of the major world religions are having holidays, and whether you have religion or you don't, I hope you're having a slightly celebratory time. May you get some sweet chocolate. So what's going on? Yeah, nothing much has been going on with me. I've had episodes of spasticity. I've had just not feeling, I've been feeling more fatigued. Good days, bad days, it's just, so the study that I was in, Dr. Appel presented, and here's hoping it should be going into, hopefully into this year, next year, it should go into phase either 1B or phase 2. So hopefully it helps more people with ALS. There's hope, and there's so many studies going around. The Niels Institute and the Healy platform has been absolutely wonderful bringing these up. And there's so much excitement and such study around the world for my particular genetic form of ALS, C9orf72. So there's a lot of real hope. And considering that some sporadic people have this genetic mutation, and if something helps somebody with C9, it may help somebody that's sporadic. There's a lot of hope, Can't just give up. There's always hope. Things do have to go through the FDA here in the States, and there's others, other countries have their review boards for medications, but you want to make sure everything's safe. I know I was in a phase 1 study. The study I was in was combo 1, but when you get into any study, I was told that once they stop the medications, if the medications don't hurt you to begin with, if they stop it, you can suddenly get a lot worse. Your ALS can progress quickly. You never know with what you're going to take, what it's actually going to do to your body. You kind of like put your life at risk for all of it. So it's a thought. If you have ALS and you're going to go through a study, think about it, talk to your doctors, because there's risks that we all take in life, and there's risks that you want to be aware of before you actually jump in. I know when you get diagnosed with ALS or any severe disease, you want to find a cure. Sometimes it takes time. With ALS, it's been too long. I really do hope that they start treating ALS like they do cancer here in the States, where they streamline drugs, and it's not just a very difficult thing to get any drug done, but it helps get more treatments out there. Well, potential treatments, I should say. Drugs in bodies to see how they work. And let's hope we get a better approval. So Neurone, there'll be talks on that, and hopefully that does get approved, because it has helped some people. Now, one thing, if you've noticed, I don't know if yeah, they're doing it. I have had this weird thing, and I don't know if it's ALS related. I've been told it may not. I've been told it may be. So I have this thing that's medical term nigostamus, like, not that it is, but I have a weird thing where my eyes move, and I'm not making them move. So, my vanity. Went to the complicated ophthalmologist doctor for the eyes. My retinas are okay, but I have to wait until the end of this month to see a neuro-ophthalmologist. And the neuro-ophthalmologist hopefully will designate what's going on with my eyes. More common in people with Parkinson's disease. Didn't know that. Though I have ALS, so who knows? Hopefully they will be able to figure it out. And I'm on baclofen and gabapentin. So those are, when I looked in, all the studies and all the things, It's dangerous to have a little bit of medical lease, you know, retired nurse, and watch things and look at things. So I will wonder how they can treat this, if they will treat this. If not, I'll get tinted lenses so people can't, I don't want to have shifty eyes. I mean, it's like, that could be like a thing on my character. See, I mean, vanity. Here, and I have ALS, you know. I should probably give that up, right? So physically, what's going on? I've had more balance issues. My balance is off. I took a shower this morning and I nearly fell twice. My left side is getting a little bit weaker. I was laying in bed the other day and my left leg is smaller than my right leg. I mean, the muscles are, so one thing, okay, so you could have nice, firm muscles, and as ALS affects it, they get smaller and they're not as firm. They're kind of like a little bit, you know, loose. Considering how stiff I am, that's kind of funny. But my left calf is, I was looking down and you can see my shin bone more. It's definitely getting smaller. So I'm wearing the AFO on that side. It's a brace. And when I got my AFOs, they tell you, you know, it's like that you can get them on Amazon. They're like $48. You can get them on that. But the ones that you actually get, and thankfully my insurance covered it. I mean, the suckers were like over $1,000. I didn't pay that. I only had to pay like $300, but still expensive. They told me to work up on both sides, but I don't know how I could walk with that. My right side's okay right now. So I use up my left side, and that does seem to, it uses, my left foot is slightly affected. Half of it is very weak. My left calf is starting to atrophy, but it still uses that. It's part of the calf muscle in the knee. It helps fixate the ankle, so it kind of goes around, and it works. I mean, you know, I'm just slower. You know, I am blessed to still be walking. Now, you know, me, I look, you know, you look down, you look like, it's like, oh, it's the honking of, you know, the inability to walk. Your legs getting thinner, your legs getting weaker. Well, the fact that I'm still walking after 3.5 years is pretty amazing. And I have the chairs, you know, it's like I've got a transport chair that I'm borrowing, and I have a power chair, which I still need to be practicing on. Yeah, I mean, I can drive fine, but my walls bear the damage of me playing with the power chair. So today was the day I felt better. I mean, gosh, it's just, you know, I was not feeling real great the past couple weeks. I was going to do an art festival, just kind of sitting down talking to people. I love talking. But I started getting really sick, and then you don't want to get anyone else sick. Feeling better from that, but I think everything you get takes a little bit out of you. Had a colonoscopy, yay, got one polyp out. You know, it's kind of the thought, you know, it's like as I was going through the prep, I don't think I'll be able to do that much more. I mean, it's every 5 years, so who knows if I'll be here in 5 years, and who knows if I'll be functional to do that, because... But good news, nothing cancerous, yay! So, I'm trying to do all the pre-stuff about getting everything taken care of. You know, no, I don't want colon cancer. Don't need it to be ended quicker with that. You know, all the, you know, others, you know, the daily or yearly stuff you should do as a person to follow up to make sure you're healthy. Even if you have a big terminal illness, before you're in the active phase of being in the terminal, you know, when you're in the point where you're actually dying, you should probably take care of yourself. You know, it's like the more you take care of yourself, the more you take care of your diet, the more you take care of your body, the more you take care of your mind, body, soul, your family relationships, your friends, you know, you need to take care of yourself, because that can help you live longer. So that's my goal. So we did that. The first meal afterwards was great. First actually was a smoothie, and then I finally ate something. So I know that with my energy, I have to it's hard when you don't have an appetite. When you don't have an appetite, you know, it's like you're just not really hungry. You have to remember. So my husband has been so sweet. He's been buying me Boosts. I know they're not great for you nutritionally. That, and I've loved the Lenny and Larry cookies, protein cookies. And I try to make sure that I eat, I'm a famous one for peanut butter sandwiches, but I try to make sure I eat enough, and that makes a difference in how much energy I have. And it's something that changes. I mean, it is hard to be able to make sure that you get the calories in, but it makes a huge difference. So, been to little birthday parties for little kids, doing that. It's just, I am so blessed that I get to see these kids grow up. I mean, my own daughter, who made her choices for middle school that starts next year. Exciting. It's pretty awesome. My granddaughter is 2 and is going to be down here for Easter, so that'll be fun. It's going to be a big Easter event with the family, so we will have lots of plastic eggs, With inflation and the risk of bird flu, eggs are kind of expensive. So you wouldn't want those to not be picked up and rot somewhere. But hear me, when I was younger, I couldn't eat eggs. I had an allergy to eggs that I outgrew, but they'd always give me terrible stomach aches and such. I don't know if it were even rashes, I can't remember. But I always knew I was allergic to eggs. I couldn't have mayonnaise or anything like that. And then as I got older, I was able to, so yay. But I've always liked plastic eggs. And thankfully, I have a lot of plastic eggs. Gonna put some little toys, from balloons to bubbles to balls to every little things, kind of fun things. I was almost thinking about maybe some of those little fish that fortune telling. Well, yeah, it's Easter. Here I am being terrible fortune telling fish, right? But little things that just fun things. In addition to the chocolate and the candy, but we don't want to give too much money to the dentists. So that's going to be fun. Figure out something. I was like, oh yeah, well, how many people are going to be there? What can I bring? And I'm thinking, am I going to cook and do that? How much energy is that going to cost? Maybe I'll just go to Costco and pick up a bunch of cookies. It's probably what I'm going to do. Yep, so that's that. I mean, so many things I want to do. It just depends. ALS makes things a little bit more thought in. It's kind of thinking, with my leg, if I have to get into the power chair, I need to get a walker that actually is a stand-up walker, because my center of balance with a standard walker is not great, because I am a tall person with short arms. My grandfather was almost 7 foot. My grandmother was 4'11". And I guess I am the result of that, right? Something. So, looking through and doing that, though I just got the AFO braces, and those are expensive. So it's like, it can be an expensive disease. It really can be. Thankfully I have the power chair, but, it's just, it's like kind of like that. Okay, so if I have the power chair, it's like I don't see in our financial things of being able to get a vehicle that has, the capabilities to transport power chairs. And I know that in my state, if you have a job, workers stuff will help you with getting a vehicle that will. But I am unable to work. I had to retire my nursing license and retire from nursing. But, I can't. I mean, excuse me. I mean, the amount that I'm sleeping a day is kind of scary. 12 to 14 hours. I just have had a lot more fatigue, and my time up and my time to be proactive is lessening. Which, hey, 3.5 years in, I mean, there's that. You just have to time management. You know, it's like energy management, exertion management. It all matters. It really does. So I did. What have I done lately since we last talked? Went to a retreat. It was a Buddhist retreat, and it was interesting. I mean, it was really talking about samatha, or single-pointed form of meditation. I have found so much peace with prayer and meditation. It really has helped. You know, I think about it. You know, I have ALS, motor neuron disease. You know, disease of motor neurons, which is a neurological disease. What I can do to relieve the pressure on my nervous system. Now, I can't change the fact that I have a genetic mutation. I can't change the fact that I got diagnosed with ALS. I can't control the future. All I can do is live now. But what I can do to relieve pressure on my neurological system, I will do. So I do neurodynamic breathing. I do my meditation. I read meditations. And that's been really, you know, leading the meditations has been really nice. Apparently I have a nice voice for meditations. But you can see with giving or trying to facilitate people from taking the pause, you know, like, you know, just in between thoughts, the in between, and just that moments of now make a huge difference. So I know it helps my neurological system doing that. You know, prayer always helps. You know, getting down to the bones of it, down to square one, and, you know, kind of finding your center. And I'm blessed that I've never lost my center. I've gone through a lot of stress. I worked really stressful jobs. Did a lot. But now I get a chance to be kind to myself, take care of myself and the people I love, and be self-compassionate to myself. And I think it really has helped me deal with my disease and with life. So this retreat that I went on, it's like, oh, you know, the 3 poisons in Buddhism, you know, anger is one of them. Yeah, for a long time I lived off anger. That was my superpower. You know, upset at something happened and I'd make sure I could take care of it. It's toxic. You know, there's that whole thing that anger, you have a sword for somebody else that comes back and pokes you. So trying to deal with emotions and, you know, be compassionate and not take stuff out on other people. You know, it's hard when you're stressed out, when you have a disease and you feel overwhelmed at times, because we will all feel overwhelmed at times, whether we have a disease or not. And when you have something like ALS or another disease, when things change, and they can change rapidly, it can feel very disorienting in ways. You got to find your touchstone, you know, whether it's your prayer life, whether it's your relationship with people, your pets, something that centers you. So I found my centering, you know, prayer, meditation. You know, I've got my tattoo, Sanskrit for breath, and the blue cornflower for ALS, M&D. So that is, you know, when I have the spasticity and it affects my diaphragm, I found something that I can center myself on by getting this tattoo. And thankfully, I haven't had too many more diaphragmic spasms, though that can come, that can go. I've just had more spasticity, which I'm on the baclofen, you know, highest dose orally. You know, it's okay. You know, I've refilled my prescription, saw the doctor and refilled my prescription for medical marijuana. And that does, with it, helps. I mean, I try not to take it too much, only when I'm having major problems. I don't like taking medicine. Yeah. I mean, I've got diabetes, so yeah, I take those medicines because I want to live long, and still have my fingers, my toes, and my kidneys and all that, eyesight. But yeah, there's a ALS study on metformin, which is a diabetes drug. It's also used for fatty liver, and I've been on it since 2015. And my father was on it, and I think both my uncles were on it, and it didn't prevent disease in any of us, so I don't know how effective that is. You know, sorry if anyone's watching this that's in that study or wants to be in that study. Yeah, it's a tolerable medication. It's just, I don't know how much that really makes a difference, and whether it makes a difference in somebody that's not genetic. Maybe that could be it, right? I don't know. So that's what's going on, just kind of enjoying life. I have a nephew that's going to be getting his first communion, and unfortunately my sister lives far up north, and they've got a lot of snow, and it hasn't gotten warm enough for the snow to melt, and they're having another snow system midweek. So with my spasticity, I don't know. I'm still Goldilocks. It's like if it's too cold, it is not pleasant. I'll have attacks of severe spasticity, which is very stiff, and my gait's not good. I can't really walk well. I'm at a real high risk of falling. And it just causes so much pain. You know, it's hard. You know, I previously had seen a pain management doctor, and I live in a state, Texas, that is fighting the opiate epidemic, you know, but they're being really harsh on, you know, following up for chronic pain. So you can have 10 tablets a month, and you have to go back for your urine drug tests. And because I was in a clinical study, and if you ever get into a clinical study, you have to know that your life is not your own at that point. You are, you know, whether it be a rabbit, but you dedicate time and effort into being present for whenever they need you to come in for lab draws or something in that nature. So with that, I had to change appointments, and then I had a procedure done, and I was sedated, and bad back and forth, you know, miscommunication. So I stopped, you know, it was just ugly. So, and then my neurologist is very cautious about the, you know, potential of opiates or anything else to affect your breathing. So I try to avoid as much pain as I can. I know spasticity causes me a lot of pain. You know, I do have medical marijuana, which does help. It doesn't take it all away, but it helps. And the baclofen helps. I will never use the baclofen and tenazidine, which is another muscle relaxer, ever together. I was told to mix those two, and oh, that was terrible. I will never do that again. All my legs, both my legs turned into a bunch of fasciculations, all those little muscles going. It was a weird feeling. And it knocked me out. I mean, I don't want to be knocked out. I mean, it's like, okay, I have a shortened lifespan because I have ALS, and I don't want to sleep during the whole time. I don't want to do that. But finding the level of comfort, because you have to find some comfort, because being here and suffering abject pain is bad for your mind. It's bad for your soul. It's bad for everyone around you. It's not a pleasant experience to have, or to have someone that you love see. There needs to be better care for that. Now, there are different organizations. I mean, I am ALS is wonderful, and they have Snaptocare, which is a virtual kind of ALS team. You know, they work with different ones. Now, the ALS clinic I go to has a physician that's world-renowned, and he's absolutely wonderful. He doesn't like that. So I don't know. I went to an ALS association talk with palliative care, and it's just, you know, there's a big question mark over that, though. I will advocate for myself. I will advocate for other people with ALS. I advocate for people that have my form of genetic ALS. I just, you know, I won't at nearly age 50 turn into a drug addict, nor do I want anyone to turn into drug addicts. But I think with people with chronic pain and serious conditions that can have pain should be treated properly. You know, we're not going to be giving Jergesic lollipops, you know, as an opiate, you know, things like that, you know, not anything crazy, because who wants to sleep all the time? I wouldn't. I doubt anyone else would. But just to be able to have that part of your symptoms taken care of, to be able to live, to be able to enjoy, to be able to be more active, to be able to be more present, that's important. So between an opiate crisis, big pharma that did made it too easy, to actual people that are hurting, you know, and there's some people that have unalived themselves because of the pain. That's really sad. You know, it should be taken care of. I think that the way the FDA is looking at, they may be trying to adjust for people with pain conditions, but we'll see what that happens. So I will not be going to the northern states when it's snowing, because I don't want somebody to see me hurting that way. I don't want to put that on my little sister or my nieces and nephews, you know, my brother-in-law. You know, it's like when I'm hurting like that, it's really hard, because all I do is shut down because I'm hurting so bad. You know, it's, you know, who wants to see someone weep, you know, gnash their teeth at that? You know, it's like I try because I have these meditation skills to handle it, but, you know, what about cancer patients? How are they being cared for? You know, it's like, ooh, I don't know. So there's that, you know, at least we have Easter coming, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Try to have fun, take pictures, you know, getting the Easter baskets ready. You know, this is kind of fun. And just try to do those little happy things, you know, little special things. You know, I'm looking forward to some music coming my way. I think I am strong enough to still go to music concerts. So, in May is going to be busy. Dave Matthews is coming, and I'm going to take my youngest to her first Dave Matthews concert. My oldest is coming down. I took her to Dave Matthews around the same age my youngest is. So we'll be all going together. That'll be fun, you know, very relaxing. And then I think that next, I'll be flying out to Albuquerque to see my little cousin and take her and her husband to go see the Slackers. And then I'll be going to see another band that I absolutely loved. It's my teenagers. Here's the Sisters of Mercy. It's called. But I love the band. Hard to see, so I'm glad I got a ticket. So that'll be fun. Later this summer, I don't know if that next month I'll be going to see my cousin in Mexico City, which, oh my goodness, to be able to try and taste the foods of Mexico City. It's just, you have all the different cultures that came with that little flair of Mexico on it. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. I'll just eat my way through Mexico City. No, just yeah, I want some of those mariachi duckies. So cute. You know, that's going to be fun. I love my cousin and his family. Precious. And then we'll see if I go to the family reunion in South Dakota and maybe go look at ghost towns. You know, look for gold. You know, got to be careful. No slipping or falling. And then go up and spend some time with my baby sister and my nieces and nephews and my brother-in-law later that month when it's warmer further north. Yeah, so to go anywhere, it has to be above 50 and it has to be below 110. That's Fahrenheit. I don't know. Celsius, forgive me, I'm an American. Terrible. You know, I could take time and get a computer and do that, or a calculator. I'm sorry, it's in the evening here. I'm a little tired to do that. I know, terrible. Yeah, I'm an American. We're lazy. No, actually, we're hardworking. It's just, we are units of measurement. You know, we haven't caught up with the rest of the world with metrics, you know. Though I do know what between what a centimeter is to a millimeter to a meter, all that. You know, I do understand that. I just can't convert as well. I know I'm boring. I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to come and say hi and hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for listening to me chatter. Just gonna keep it on, figure out what to bring, probably those Costco cookies for Easter, and finish doing the plastic eggs. I like it. I don't know, I like seeing little kids, it's like watching them do the hunt and then they get the little prizes, it's cute. So that's it. We're just kind of coasting into the spring. We had some high winds. My heart goes out to everybody in the Midwest that have dealt with the tornadoes. That's scary, and the loss of life is really sad. It's been, quite the climate change, hasn't it? I'm just hoping my peach tree gets leaves. I've taken care of it. I fertilized it. I gave it water. Here's hoping it's just gonna start to bloom. If not, it'll be the third peach tree that didn't work. Maybe I should give up, but I won't. I'll have to get another one next year. Here's hoping I'm here next year. Yeah. So that's what's going on. Nothing exciting. I hope you have a more exciting time. Stop and make sure you enjoy yourself. The weeks can be stressful. The weeks can be dull. Just find your center and find something that makes you happy, and find what's beautiful in the world and find that beauty in every day. It's there. Sometimes you have to look at it. Train your vision to find the beauty. If you look at the cracks, all you're going to see are the cracks. So take care, and thank you so much for watching. If you can, like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. Bye.